Okay. Let me give some beans. Let's just go in for a bit. See how well it renders. My CPU is going up. I think I might have done something with my settings when I did recording. I forgot to change it again. Alright. Anyways, I guess I'll just start off what I'm gonna say. Usually that's what I'll do. I'll start off what saying of how my week went. And then from there we just go straight through chat, which why is chat not work? Why is my chat box not working on the stream? What the fuck? What did I do? Hold on. Oh no, it's working. Okay, never mind. Okay, so that is working. I keep forgetting that I set the Streamlabs thing to not keep permanent chat, but keep chat for about 35 seconds and whatnot. So it's just the chat box right here in the bottom. Messages are going to disappear time to time, so I don't have that whole right side all cluttered up and whatnot. Any case, let's start with my week. Really the most important thing, most like the biggest pinpoint for this week is my well, I'm derping out on the sentence. I'm thinking my interview. Right. I'd say HR interview. It's pretty much just asking questions related to working in a work environment. Really, not much of the technical questions I had last week, which was like all about coding and whatnot like that. But this time it's more of like HR, like working with people. What do you expect with this position? What do you expect with us in the company? Blah 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 blah. Right. So that happened Tuesday, sometime midday, and what I didn't expect was that it was not a Skype call as it was supposed to be, but actually a phone call, an actual phone call calling from my cell phone. So my God, what a world that is to call on the phone. Okay, not really a world because your first interview was on the phone, Daryl. Come on, get it right. But I kind of expected more Skype so then I could see my face, then I could be like more open and moving around like this. And then no, it was on a phone, calling from my cell phone. I guess we're calling from their line as well. I don't know where, either it's a personal line or work line. And then we started an interview which lasted for like a good 30 minutes just asking those questions. The only problem I did encounter along the way was that listening to the call itself, because listening to this, I didn't have like a earbuds or anything set ready, which I should have done, but I don't think it would help either because I don't know whose end it was. Could have been my end, could have been their end. It was like juddering, it was cutting in and out here. And I know for a fact there's like it's like not a great signal, but my phone is able to connect to Wi-Fi and do Wi-Fi calling, so I thought that might not be my problem. Might be on their end where it's just dropping. So listening to most of the questions they were asking was a bit hard, only because I couldn't hear them fully straight the first time. That's why I've always had to re-ask the question, because half the time I couldn't understand them. Other time it was like actually a question that I didn't know how to answer per se. Maybe because it was vague at first, but then she started to specifically explain situations like that, and it finally gave me an answer. Thank God I managed to prepare. I had a cheat sheet and everything, which I know I have in here somewhere. Cheat sheet right here. So this is So this is all like questions and answers that I had. Basically, it's used like a script because I set it up in such a way that it has the question, the way I answered it, and then all the bullet points. So you see how all those indentations are there. Really does help if you're, especially on just a regular phone interview. It might help on a Skype phone interview. I know Dragon has asked me this question and say how well it does help. It does definitely help. You might get some looks by looking down at a paper or something like that, rather than looking straight at the camera. But who stares at the camera normally, right? So, but that went well for the most part. They said they really liked me, how they favored me. I really want to say like me, but then my wording just kind of went wee. My mind just went foo. Anyways, they said they like me, and they say my recruiter will message back. I messaged my recruiter after. I think I actually messaged her a day later, because I was tired and I was doing other things with parents at that moment. Sent that, and I'm just waiting for a response. I have yet to get a response yet from a recruiter. about this interview just yet. I'll give it maybe the end of this week or early next week, and I'll email her back to see if there's any response. So yeah, right now I don't know where it's going on at this point in time, but we'll see. Again, I'll probably message my recruiter sometime at the end of this week or start of next week if any information hasn't gone through yet. My mind is thinking it's like they're probably like fully in depth to see if they want to hire me or not, rather than just being like instant on the spot you're hired. Like, you know, like going like a full review process through the whole thing. Thank you, Dragon. Yeah, I'll definitely wait 1 week to see, because I feel like if they're just going to review, and then if she doesn't message me back, I'll message her to see if there's any status on it. But aside from that, that's pretty much how my week went. Also hanging out with friends and going to places, meeting up with people, playing card games. That's about it. But really the big thing was that interview, and it's still that interview. So we'll see hopefully next week. I'm also still staring at the screen trying to figure out what I'm actually delivering. Let's go click San Francisco. Okay. So yeah, that's pretty much how my week has been. I wish I had more to say, but that's pretty much it for now. So I'll pass it now on to chat to say how you guys have been this week. What have you guys been doing as I try to figure out where am I going to go? I might have to do a really long trip now, huh? Damn you. Empty pallets. I don't know if I want to go to Nevada. It's been a while since I've been to Nevada. Let me see. Do I want to go to Nevada? Oh god, it's warm here now. Damn it! Oh yeah, it's been surprisingly warm here in California, while the rest of the state and all of North America is like freezing. Sorry guys, sorry everyone else. I don't know why we have the warmth right now. We just California literally just all the warmth. So now I am like sweats. Dragon, you're crazy. You are crazy. Oh gosh, what must have happened all that week? Let's turn on the fan. Come on, I want my fan. Okay. All right, let me see. I want to go to Elko. I want to go to Roseville. Cause Cali. Yeah, but I didn't expect just only California to be like hot or warm technically. Hot technically, but you know what I mean. Ooh, let's go to Yuma. I haven't been there. Let's go. Okay. Let's deliver a digger all the way near Mexico. Shit, I have to drive all the way back. Okay. Backing up. Wee. But yeah. If you guys want to start putting stuff down and say, what have you done this week? Put it down there. We'll start talking. Because I'm going to be going probably till roughly the same time I ended before. So around 8:30 my time, which is about hour 45 minutes from now. So we got some time. We got some time to talk. Let's go this way. Come on. Did I hold up traffic? No, apparently. Master programs. Any ideas or need to take one? My generic answer is going to be depends, I'd say. I feel like there's some programs that that you might want to get a master degree on. I'm assuming master degree as master program, graduate degree, right? Or graduate program master degree. Anyways, before I crash into that barrier, GG me. I'd say it depends. It's if you're really in the mode for academic, just keep learning more, or especially if you have like a research that you want to do. Like education. Okay. I wanted to be sure. Again, I say it depends because masters are if you have to be really dedicated to it. Especially anything like postgraduate, like anything post bachelor's, you have to be very dedicated to your emphasis, I think. So you have to have a specific emphasis in your degree. So like, say for computer science, I would have a specific emphasis on like, I don't know, neural networking, AI, something like that, right? Thanks, Dragon. I wasn't so sure if it was generic or not. Anyways, like that. If you're really into that subject, I'd say if you're really into a specific thing within your subject, I'd say do it, because I think masters you definitely need a thesis. to even consider to go into masters. Not only that, but you definitely do need a proper GPA. You definitely need a proper GPA. Well, if you're going from bachelor's to master's, definitely you need a proper GPA. I've heard that a few years of experience, I think, maybe, and maybe some pre-research, and then you could probably get into a graduate program, I think. But then you also have the GREs and whatnot, so, yeah, you just gotta, I want to say you just gotta be really smart. It's true, but I feel like it's more, you better have some kind of thesis or some kind of thing that you want to research on. When I think masters, I think research. It has to be like some kind of research that you have to be doing, in order to obtain a master's degree. I wouldn't say you're screwed. You could still do it later. I wouldn't say I'm pretty sure you're not fully screwed to getting out of a master's degree. There probably is some way, probably from experience, that you could probably get into a master's program. Probably not now, but probably in the future. Yeah, I figured ELL would be English language learners. But I wouldn't say you're necessarily screwed getting a master's degree, Dragon. You could still get it. Again, not now, but in the future. Oh. You can't will they not allow you to get into the master's degree at all, even regardless of experience? Because I feel like experience should count. Experience and contribution should count in order to get into a master's program. Sure, it's gonna be very it probably could be a highly demanded master's program, but should still be able to get in. Really, just only a GPA and nothing else, not experience or anything. Well, that's kind of stupid. What happens if you have 10 years of experience and wanted to actually do masters? You just can't do it because someone has an abysmal GPA back when they got their bachelor's. That's pretty dumb if I consider it. There's also certificates. There's a bunch of other things that should be accounted for into it. But I guess if it's coming from and it's 2-year program. Well, most graduates should be 2 years, I think. There's a difference between want and a need. I always think there's always a difference between a want and a need. But don't give up. Don't give up the idea that you're never gonna get it. You're probably gonna get it. You probably will sometime in your life. Maybe not now, but you will get it. That's all I'm gonna say. A lot of people can strive for a bunch of things if they just work on it. It doesn't have to be now. It could be later. It could definitely be later. I want this because then I could teach English as a second language. Oh, okay. Oh boy. But do you need? Okay, so I do have a question, and here comes a loaded one. Do you need it now? Do you need it within 5 years? Do you need it within 10? There's still a big discrepancy, actually. No offense. There's a big discrepancy between having it now, having it within the near future, and having it within some certain time frame, or having it whenever. So I know it definitely I see the interest in it. I see how it opens, but I always think it as do you need it now? That's the thing. So if I could compare with my degree, let me think. Why would I need a master's? Well, first, if I wanted a master's, if I really wanted a master's, that means I would want to teach computer science, which I actually do. Kind of do want to teach computer science at college level. Except I don't have the idea of what kind of research I want to do, per se. Well, now that I think about it, now I realize what you might be aiming for in a master's. Okay, I could see it, but interesting. There has to be some other place that you could get a master's program with ELL, right? Pretty sure there'll be other schools that could accept. You don't necessarily have to graduate at the same university. Weirdly enough, my dad, I like how what my dad told me about this when it comes to getting a degree in whatever, right? Bachelor's, it could be anywhere. Hopefully accredited. Hopefully just try to get it an accredited bachelor's degree from somewhere that is accreditable. There we go. Was actually in UBC. Where is UBC? University of British Columbia, I'm assuming. Done online and asynchronously. Wow. So you could just multitask as you work. You take your degree, I guess. That looks a little bit weird. That sounds a bit. I don't know. That's just me. I don't know if I would want to do a research and study. Well, I mean, unless if they go hand in hand, sure. But like I'm on okay. I do have slight doubts, but I know you could do it anyways. Yeah. But the question is, okay, I always gotta ask the big question. Okay, I still have to ask the next big question because this is still apparently a nightmare for everyone whoever does a graduate program. Do you have the money for it? It's a respectful program. Yeah, no, it's a respectful program, but you gotta realize limits. I have to say, you gotta realize limits. I know ambition is here, but if the limits are even higher, that's gonna be painful. I'm just now thinking nightmares of graduate programs that I read on BuzzFeed because it's fucking BuzzFeed, and BuzzFeed is a reliable source, right, Dragon? Yeah, like my mind is like thinking when it comes to that, like masters, like in general, if you could do it now, sure, right? But no. Well, I'm just like I have to. I'm starting to. Oh wait, no, I just remembered what I actually said. BuzzFeed, right? Exactly. Yeah, BuzzFeed is not the most reliable source. But I don't want to see people going into like nightmarish moments because now that gave me like some doubt to continue my education, at least at this point in time. Maybe if I said like if I had a somewhat stable career and be like, okay, maybe I should do something else in my life. Maybe, I don't know. That's just me. That's honestly me. It's 100% my opinion. I can't vouch for anyone else. This is just really my opinion. Like I would, at least for me, I would wait to get experience and then try for masters maybe if it's something that I would want to do. Oh, I'm sorry, Dragon. I know your ambitions are like really great, but there's sometimes you just gotta. There has to be some ground level, right? Good question. What game in your life got you hooked into gaming? I don't know if there's a game specifically that got me into gaming per se. Oh, okay. If it was recently, actually not even a game. No, it's still not a game that. Hold on. The only thing, if I'm thinking recently and I'm thinking of a game. Okay, let me answer this through like my childhood of gaming, I guess. So I did start off with the PlayStation, so the Sony PlayStation, with like just a handful of games that my parents bought. At like I think it was like a used or new video store somewhere in my neighborhood back in New York City. Yes, I was born in New York City. I lived in New York City for like a few years. Good to note, right? So I grew up on that with my brother. Played like not a lot. I wouldn't say much of the main quote unquote mainstream games back in the day. I think what was the big notable ones for that one? I know Final Fantasy was one. What other games were? Metal Gear Solid. I think that was another one. Like any of those main action adventure games, we didn't get it. I think because in terms of price, it was like expensive to get it back then. But most of the games were like kind of like it's probably known for if someone had a PlayStation, like the what I consider the best game in the world for the PlayStation is Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2, but that's arguably. Which the series in general, I wouldn't know specifically because I never got into Final Fantasy. But I meant whatever it came out on the PlayStation. So I think that was what, six onwards. I think 6 to 8 or 9. I want to say that came out on the PlayStation. And I think somewhere then it eventually got to PlayStation 2, which we never owned. We only stuck with the PlayStation. But the games I remembered mostly from what I played on the PlayStation was Tony Hawk Pro Skater series, my brother with NBA, and a little bit of MLB. Because sports games back then were still apparently okay. Not as advanced as like now, but what other games? Digimon, because I remember watching Digimon and then playing that. It's like, holy shit. And it's Digimon World 1 for those who are wondering, not the 2, 3, or anything else. AKA the basic, AKA the, what was it? What was the joke here? I'm thinking, the Tamagotchi. Like, the idea of playing, oh shit, come on. The idea of like having like a Tamagotchi. Well, that's basically what Digimon was, technically. Basically having a Tamagotchi, but being sucked into the digital world and try to save their digital world. Right. I know the synopsis for Digimon, I promise you. What other games do I remember from the PlayStation? Oh yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! The Forbidden Memories, where I did an episode of it. Hello, bus. No, get away. There we go. Let me get back up to speed as I go to Los Angeles. Yu-Gi-Oh! The Forbidden Memories, and that's all I could remember, right, per se. Then from there, my brother got a Game Boy Advance, and he played a handful of games, which I don't remember what he played. Never got to touch it, because he was an older brother. I was like a kid, so it's like, he was a teen. I'm like, okay, go ahead. I was a more respectable, quiet little brother, rather than being naggy about it. I just like, okay, you go have fun. I won't bother you. I think that was when I got sucked into, like, PC. Like, kind of like PC game, not really. So that would be, like, the ever first game technically I did play on the PC was technically, it's a tie between the Sonic 3 Knuckles CD collection, so coming for the PC, and Pinball from the Windows XP shit. What was that? And then recently it's been simulators, so I've played train simulators, I've played truck simulators, and then Minecraft, which was like the epic sandbox quote-unquote simulator, even though it wasn't simulator, even though you could make it simulator game. So I'd say Minecraft was probably the biggest game that got me hooked into full-out gaming. That's when I really thought about actually playing games, more or less. For me, it was mainly Pokemon series and the Harvest Moon series that really got me into gaming the most. Oh, okay. I wish I got into Pokemon when I was in an early age, but again, I didn't have a Game Boy Advance. I don't think my brother ever got a Pokemon game with his Game Boy Advance, now I think about it. I wouldn't know. I don't know most of the collection that he owned, because that kind of went lost like in 2006 when it went to the Philippines. So, yeah, I wish I got into Pokemon. I remember like borrowing some friends' Game Boy Advance while I was waiting for a bus to go home, and just playing Leaf Green. How dare your bro needs to be cooler? You need to be cooler. Nah, we were distant, but not like argue distant. More like we have different interests, and I don't want to share the same interests. I don't know. We have this weird vibe. I mean, now, like I feel like me and my brother are somewhat similar into the hobbies we know. He likes his anime, but he was more mainstream stuff. So like Naruto, maybe Bleach, I think. Dragon Ball Z and like that. Me, it's like the more niche anime. So like Sword Art and a bunch of the other series. Um, Gaming wise, I think we're definitely different. I am simulators. I have been trying to get into competitive gaming, so that's like Overwatch, League of Legends, and whatnot, and MMO. My brother really likes to play his Dota 2, which is like, yeah, he got used to that in the Philippines. I didn't. So, but what I love about Pokemon is that I could live in the Pokemon world and have my own party and grows. Yeah, that was pretty cool. I remember playing Leaf Green, on someone else's Game Boy Advance, and then trying to like figure out how to play it per se. Like I kind of had I think I had the basics down by in the end, before I moved to California, and then I was like, oh, well, now I'm never gonna play on that Game Boy Advance ever again. But I remember playing a little bit, and I found it fun. It was actually fun. Kind of wish I got into it more, but my parents were like, "No, you're not supposed to game. You're supposed to study." Yeah, I had that kind of Asian parents, but then gave me a computer, and then I figured out how to do PC gaming more or less. So you can imagine my hype and joy with Pokemon Go. I would believe I could see it. If you're just like Pat, if you're more or less just like Pat, I could you're better than Pat. I could see more excitement in you playing Pokemon Go than anyone else, including Pat. But don't tell him that. I actually do want to play Pokemon Go with you one day, Dragon. One day we'll play Pokemon Go somewhere. Maybe there. I don't know. We'll see. Anyways. Yeah. Also, I wish I know the answer as to why I got into simulators. Get your ass up here. Yeah, I know. I didn't get myself up there. Still wonder how I got into simulators. I don't know. I think it all started like I remember. I have okay. I think I've said this before. I don't. Some people know, some people don't. I have a weird fascination. Okay, not a weird fascination. A big fascination for big things, big transport. So like trains. And then I remember coinciding when I got a train simulator game and just doing a bunch of stupid shit on that. Truck simulator, because I think it might have been YouTube that influenced me to play the truck simulator games. Like, no offense, I remember. Okay, this is how far back that my simulation games has gone. So this game is made by SCS Software, and their notable games are Euro Truck Simulator 2 and American Truck Simulator. They have made something beforehand. They have made a plethora of truck simulating games, and they were like called 18 Wheels of Steel. And for some odd reason, I managed to somehow get into that series as well before jumping into ETS and ETS. So I've been playing truck simulator games for quite a bit. Would I say it's my favorite? Not back then, but now it is. Like I remember their old truck simulator games. They were more fantasy than simulation. Playing playing American Truck Simulator and Euro Truck Simulator 2, holy shit, it's a completely different ballpark. It's like you're kind of driving in real life, even though I'm driving with a controller. But it weirdly feels more surreal playing this than playing their older games. So, then Train Simulator, because there's like ways you could be infinitely creative, like in an open world. So you just kind of have trains going like roller coasters and whatnot. You can make it go left, right, derail, everything like that. It's great. It's fun and stupid. Yeah. But for me, Harvest Moon, because it allowed me to escape from the city life up north, got me away from family shit, and it was an attractive, calming, sweet, amazing farming game. Huh. Okay, so I've always wondered, Harvest Moon is, you say, what genre is it specifically? Is it like, I don't know. I remember hearing about Harvest Moon, but I never fully knew what Harvest Moon is. At least in terms of genre. I don't know it much at all. What am I saying? Or I know like very little of it. It's a farming RPG game. Oh, okay. So, realizing that's not. See now when you say farming game, all I can think of is Farming Simulator, and I know for the goddamn fact it's not like Farming Simulator, but like I forget, like an easily comparable game to now today. It's what I think. It's Start. Because I'm thinking Stardew Valley, but I could be right and wrong. I don't know if I'm right or wrong. You're gonna have to correct me there. Created by Natsume Inc. that has some fantasy elements. You fill the role as a farmer. Oh, that's cool. So as a role-playing game, so you could literally create your own story and have your own figure out how the story will go from there. Stardew is very similar. Okay. It was like, because I remember seeing you playing a little bit, and I guess it depends on everyone's site. I do see the interest in the game. I definitely do. I definitely do see it. But I don't know. Because now, like, my mind is thinking, it's like, how can't create your own story, but you could change the way it ends. Oh, okay. So there's like kind of RPG bit. So it's like there's like some pathways you can take. I guess like pathways, like big quotes here, not like specific, like not like actual specifics. So you can kind of create your own story. Okay. Okay. Yeah, because I do see it. I do definitely see it. Would I get into it? I don't know. I mean, I should try. Like, I really should try. It does sound interesting. I might have to watch some of your past. I might have to watch some of your VODs just to recapture it and see if I can get into it. Relationship wise, how you want to farm with animals. So there's like would you say there's like a lot of micromanaging? So like just trying to do a bunch of things here and there. To eventually create to eventually get to a quote unquote end goal. Because I do have some. I have some reservations when it comes to micromanagement. Granted, any other game could become a micromanagement if you try, but I mean, it can only go so far. Because weirdly enough, at least for me, when it comes to gaming, I don't know. For me, I could just only stand for like 20-30 minutes, or like doing a few objectives before I want to say I give up. I'm going to like turn off the game. I don't know. That's just me. Granted, I play simulators that can last for hours and Minecraft that can last for hours, so that argument is definitely invalid. Huh. I retract that argument that I just said a minute ago. I suppose there are some games that have a collection in here where you need to collect everything. Some games involve 3 years to reach marriage and have a family. Wow. Whoa, I didn't expect it to go like that. So really, you just gotta have to keep on playing. At least with those games, it's not like based on a real time clock. Because otherwise, Jesus Christ, timing that specifically, that's gonna be a nightmare. Yeah, 3 years in game. Yeah, no, I figured it'd be 3 years in game because again, real time clock. Jesus Christ, waiting 3 years? No. It's only like a 4-month year. But I guess does it really get you to think of what you really want to do, and try to figure out what kind of ending you want to get? I mean, yeah, that's I guess what an RPG is, Daryl. Come on now, come on now. Your decisions make a big ass difference. 28 to 30 days. Wow. Because each season is a month. Okay. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, I could at least, come on. I can at least drive. Huh. Honestly, I'm curious. How long would you say you would have to play the game to get to the end? Weird question, I know. Very weird question. But I'm honestly curious because I do have a slight time, like I do have like a attention span that I do have to worry, and then I eventually give up. Cause I don't know, that's just me. There'd be some games I just never finish because of how long it takes. And then sure, I want to use a guide, but then try to use a guide to be like, Some games do this. Like some games are built on sales ideas, some games collections, but online version marriage at some point. Wow. Okay. Married. Wow. So, is there some kind of like like social interaction? Like I mean, not like like real social interaction, but like in the game, like you just gotta pinpoint it down to like in the very end and be like, all right, then we marry, something like that. And also can finish a HM game in about 3 months if I wanted to. Depends on the game though. Okay. Like how much playtime do you think you would have in some Harvest Moon games? Yes, some games you need to befriend everyone. Oh jeez. Oh wow. I don't know if I would have the attention span to do that, because I would just like be slightly stressed out trying to make friends with everyone. See, I don't know if I could pull that off. If it requires a lot of dedication, I don't know if I can necessarily pull that off. Because then I probably would burn out on the game and be like, I give up. Maybe cheat it a little bit, or just say no. But that's just me. There's a goal though to help with that stress. Oh, okay. Alright. I built that's fair. That's fair. I do build hotels and towns in Minecraft, and in Minecraft, that's true. But I don't know, like there'd be a point that I do end up burning out, which speaking of might have slightly burned out. I might have slightly burned out on a new build I did on gold. That is where my old plot is, and I just like built it halfway, and then I'm like utterly regretting it, and I might want to tear it down. But in any case, I've done quite a lot on that thing. You should maybe look at it soon. We'll maybe look at it a weekend or something like that. But that's true. Shit. Am I going on the 10? I don't want to get off the highway that easy. Yep, I'm not going to get off the highway that easy. To be fair, Stardew would be a good start for you. There were many goals. Okay, I'll look into it. Can't start anymore. We're working on the main game. Wow. Okay. I'll look into it. I know it's for PC, and I know it's for other consoles. And this is why I kind of want to switch so I could do it portable as well. But that's just me. I think there's enough Stardew to keep you busy. Okay. Though I feel like if I play it and I do get hooked onto it, I might not be able to come back for like a few days. So you might have. So if anyone else needs me, if I do play that and anyone needs me, I might be gone for a few days just to play that game. Because when I do get into a game, I weirdly do definitely get into a game, and I would be like just playing it until I burn out. That's me. And whether I finish the game or not is not the matter. If I burn out, I burn out, and then I would stop for like a long while. You will stream and it will be amazing. One day. I'll see. I'll think about it. Stream for 3 days straight. Jesus Christ. Yes, I'm gonna go 24 times 3. What's that math? 72. Yes, I'm gonna go 72-hour marathon on just Stardew. Okay, no, not like that stays straight, but I'll look into it. I'll look into it. Don't you dare gift it to me, I swear. I wouldn't be ready just yet to play it. I would need to give myself some time. I need to at least see some Let's Plays from other people, just to get a general knowledge of the game, and then see if I could really get interested into it. Shh! I said nothing. You heard nothing. What did I say? I didn't even know what I said. See, I know. I'm definitely gonna see your videos. I don't know. I think you do have posted on YouTube. You also have VODs on Twitch, I think. Question mark? I forget. I think you do. I just can't remember it right now. Ghost to clip idea. Shh. I said nothing. You have no idea what. Oh, yes, on Twitch. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll look into it. I'll definitely look into that. That'd be a game I would. Hello, I think my phone is going off. Is it Twitter? It's Twitter. Who's doing the Twitters right now? As I'm driving, as I'm gonna be. Might do a restart series for start. Oh, that'll be cool. You did do one, right? I think. I can't remember. I really want it. That would be cool. I'll give it a watch. And then I say that, and then I wouldn't, but I would. Anyways, I digress. I really shouldn't have said that, but anyways, you know I did. I need to give things to. Hello! I should not get distracted as I'm looking at stuff. Nope, never on. Nope, never on YouTube. Oh, so it's always been a Twitch stream. Oh. Yeah, okay, no wonder I don't recollect any of them. Yeah. Yeah, I should. I mean, to be fair, there are some things that I do get interested in, the stuff you record. I just I technically have no excuse of not watching it, technically. You're bad, that's why I stopped podcasts. Yeah. I bad. Yeah, I could see why. So I do. That's true. I like thinking, I'm honestly thinking in my head. Now I'm just randomly thinking of YouTube video ideas. Granted, I should still be vlogging, but I kind of been like, I really don't have something main to vlog. I guess aside from the interview, but I just want to have a full process so I can vlog the whole thing. Singing does better. Lol. Yeah. Right. We should still do singing. Right. I should also do singing as well. We need to do singing. I need to do singing with a lot of people, including vlog more with friends. I definitely need to. Fucking do it. I read that as faking do it. Let's sing. Yeah. Man, I really need to find a time to sing with you. Also need to find time to sing some songs myself. Also need to find time to sing songs with Tissue. So there's like a bunch of covers that I want to do. And I've been wanting to do it ever since the beginning of 2018. I just haven't done it for myself. Yep. How are you doing it now? I muted my mic. I don't think I even muted my mic at the right time. Hi, Dad. Yep, I didn't mute that. Wrong time. I could not mute. I need to have a hotkey for mute. Fuck this. Let's create a hotkey for muting my mic. What's a good hotkey? F12. I'm hotkeying the shit out of this one. Hold on. Where's mute mic? Fuck. Background audio. Desktop audio. What's this one? F12. I don't think I could do this. Let's see how well it works. F12. Yeah. Oh, fuck it. I got the wrong key. I got the wrong one. Shit. Settings. Hold on. Hotkeys. Background video. Desktop audio. Game capture 4. 5. Oh, it's right here. F12. I know. Oh, wait. Whoops. And then we'll do this key. And I just have to remember this. I knew something will happen like this here soon. I have to keep a mental note that I have. Where the fuck is my post-its? Hashtag where's my post-its? Hashtag I need post-its. Okay, come here. My next best thing. Index card. I need to write my hotkey for OBS. Which I think this is gonna work. Works, okay. OBS hotkey. I'm dumb. I probably said to my mouse, but I don't want to. Oh, I should have. Shit, that's okay. Mute. Numstar. Unmute. Num minus. And this is what I wrote. Just so I remember to mute my mic. Jared, what do you think about the idea of treating reading and learning reading in a problem-solving way? Treating reading and learning reading. Could you elaborate on that? It sounds vague to my head, but I'm not too sure what you're specifically asking for. And keep that right up there. Okay. Let's get back into the game. That's my chair. Just wobble, 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 wobble. Wobble, 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 wobble. Anyways. Okay. Drive. At least I have this on cruise control. What do you think of that idea? Try to understand the question. I don't know. I don't understand the question per se, Dragon. Could you, re-elaborate on that? Elaborate on that? Not to re-elaborate because that's an initial question. Like when teaching someone to read instead of having... like teaching someone to read instead of... Sorry, I just realized you were typing. Like when teaching someone to read instead of someone just answer questions based on the things they've read. You need to sort some kind of questions that come up with questions themselves and answer that. So like a self... Okay, I now understand what you're asking. I have to like piece it like one by one. I'm sorry. I also need to figure out when I'm gonna get gas. I already know when I'm gonna get gas. Okay. Let's see then. In a problem-solving way. I'm trying to apply this into a real life scenario. Hold on. Like, I'm honestly curious how could that be done, and if it's gonna be efficient. Because it is different from math. There is no. Well, I mean, there would be some definitive answers that you can ask. You can ask questions and get definitive answers from like your reading or whatnot. You can actually. I don't think about it. You can. I could see how it would work. I wouldn't know how long would it take. Would it? I presume it would take roughly same time. Like saying if you're learning a math problem, you're gonna be reading a textbook anyways, right? You're gonna be taught the things of like what is this, what is that, right? Oh god, I think I made the wrong turn. Let me back up. On the things. They get to choose the way. So they have, it involves a lot of thinking, setting up students to attack attacks in particular to get results. So you giving them the complete liberty to just just do whatever. But with guidance of you. Okay. With guidance of a teacher such as you. That could bring up a lot of creative that can bring up a lot of creativity on oneself, especially when it comes to reading. They could think of it one way, they could think of it another way, right? Because a reading doesn't necessarily like, I don't know how I don't know if you would agree with me on this, but when it comes to like reading a fiction, I'm assuming in terms of reading, right? Learning and reading, learners all learn in their own ways. Like I'm thinking more in like a fiction-based thing, not like obviously factual. Well, anyways, before I get way too specific into it, like how everyone has their own way of thinking things. It could be done this way, it could be done that way. Why limit them to one way? Let them choose a way to better understand and solve the text. Eventually, like, what I'm assuming, they're eventually gonna get down to the right answer. Oh shit. Okay, that hurts. They're gonna get the right answer one way or another, right? Like they're not honed down to like, no, this is what happens. This is what happens. What happened? Like, this is what happens. This is how it happens, right? When it comes to like literature, I guess like there's probably many other ways to think of it through. I think that's what I'm getting. I might have just wrapped myself around in a tangled nest of weird. You might have to re-elaborate. Oh, okay. Because there's obviously has to be more than one pathway to think when it comes to reading things. It'll be like, oh, this is what, I just want to hear, I guess, how would you assess it? How would you mark it? If I had to like grade something like that, like how they went from A to B, it would I would I'm thinking it's like you should judge it in a technical and with style. So like like technical and aesthetic. So technical as in so technical is within the book, right? So the book has its way of trying to do it, right? Of how they did it, right? Graded how close is it to the actual answer on the book. So saying like this person did this, right? But how did they do it like that, right? Or okay, I would, this is my botched example, but here's where I'm going. It's like they did this, but how they did it, right? There's one technical answer and it's in the book, right? It's in there. But if they think of a creative way, like that is, if it's close to what the book says, give them the technical points. They probably deserve close to full credit or something, right? If it's so far out of whack, but can be understandable in a real life scenario, I think you can give them aesthetic points, or style points for thinking outside of the box. I would say, sure, it's like way out of the blue. If they have there's zero resemblance of the answer, definitely don't give, definitely deduct points. But if they were vaguely getting the right area, and it's a very creative way to do it, I'd say give them points for that. Because it's a different way to think, it's a different way to think of things, of how to solve that, how they perceive to solve that problem versus how it's stated in a book. Yeah, I could see how you would treat it as a project. So be like, because then it'll be open to any kind of answer. There is a definitive right answer, but it's not necessarily have to be followed, I guess. Yeah, I would say that. So it gives them at least a scale to say, that was correct, 100% correct. That was creative, but kind of off. And then it's like, okay, it's really off. Basically, yeah. Because I don't know how would you grade? I don't know how in general, how would teachers grade creativity? Because I feel like that's somewhat have been a problem when it comes to trying to find the right answer per se. If you're rather than going, as you say, textbook, there is a way to be creative with the answer, right? There's a different way, and it could make sense, right? But how would you grade that? Is it possible to grade them a passing grade for being that creative? Okay. Because I know there is limits to follow, right? You can't go too far out and too far crazy, otherwise, yeah, that would result in a deduction of points. But there has to be some kind of way. But basically, through the method of presenting the information as text design, that's what I'm thinking. It's like there has to be like some sort of effort points for not necessarily getting the correct answer, but saying creative. You know, you deserve a passing grade. You maybe deserve a higher passing grade if it's really creative. Right. It's like you have I would say like if you have like if it's just like a generic. Yeah. So. And especially for English class, there has to be some kind of creativity in it. It's not like a science or math where it's just like, this is what you have to do, this is what you have to follow. If you try to be creative, you're gonna get it wrong. Right. There's some sort of creativity, whether in thinking or whether in aesthetic. There has to be a way. I just kind of wish there was. It would be cool if many more teacher at least in terms of English, many more English teachers would open up to creativity like that. I feel like you can definitely, because I know you have the pretty creative mind of doing a bunch of things like that. I know for some students they might not be creative. They'd rather be taught by the textbook. But for others there are like people that would like to learn that way. That would like to learn by really thinking outside the box. So I guess you do have to outweigh the pros and cons for that. Anyways, hello. I am back now, unmuted. As I want to see this on the VOD now. Let's see how interesting that looks. Okay. Back up. Go, car, go, so I can go around you. Fuck! Come on! I want to make a turn. No, it wasn't an accident. I managed to stop before I hit the car. Shh, you didn't see anything. You didn't see anything. Okay. Boost and drive like a truck. Because I am on a truck. Also, guys, wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Welcome to Arizona. The Grand Canyon State welcomes you. Okay, back to your comments. Yeah, okay, that'll be good. Like, you know. So it's like either would you say you would give them the option if you get the right answer, like give them a textbook answer and just do a very plain, would you give them the same amount of credit if still a student wanted to do methodological textbook A, we to do reading, totally fine. They would get points and marks for it. So would they be graded the same way as if someone went out fully creative? Like, say, presentation was just mainly on the method and organization of work. Okay. Because I don't want, like, in my head only, there has to be some way to, like, leverage the points of creativity and textbook, right? There has to be some kind of, like, even playing field for them. Should do this right next to the camera than actually on the screen. Okay. Yeah, why not? Like, if they were creative, and if they're not the right answers, they should deserve the points that they get for being that creative, right? But if they give the textbook answer, plain presentation, but it's right, get the same, get roughly the same amount of points, more or less. So even no creativity, they will still get the points for how they organize it. Okay. So organization, creativity. But there would be like that nice like passing part right there. So I would make organizer creative mark. Okay. So they still have a chance to, answer it even if they don't want to be creative. Yeah, I could see it. So if they organize it clearly, and they get the, it eventually leads to the right answer that's said on a book, full points for them. Yeah, I could see it. Yeah, I could definitely see how that could work. Like it gives the non-creatives surefire way to get a passing score. It gives the creative people to be creative if they don't want to go textbook. Oh, okay. Yeah. This is all theory. I want to know how it works. It could be fun. It could be a nightmare. I wouldn't know. But it does sound like fun. At least for both of us, and maybe for other people, it does sound like fun. You wouldn't. But we won't know unless if someone tries it, right? So that does sound like a fun project. That really opens a lot of eyes to be like, ooh, thinking outside of the box is actually a good thing. And it's definitely a good thing. Yeah, I want to see how that would be implemented. I'm already fucking up this parking job. That's fair. Okay. But then they're open, facilitate topics or themes. But then they're open to do the story and be creative and whatnot, I'm assuming. So they get to pick the novel in terms of give the information, whatever. Now how you explain this, I have actually done this before. I think back in high school. I think it was high school. Yeah, it might have been high school. Whether it's group work or individual work, you said whether group work or individual work, I have done this before. I remember my high school teacher gave us like a few novels to read, and then whether read it as I think there were times we read it as a group, there were times we read it individually. And then from there, we were just supposed to give out a presentation, right? Like, give out a presentation or be really creative on what you want to do. Okay. I'll have them do things so they can work together, even if everyone is handing something in. Or it could be group study. Yeah, I remember like doing how my teacher did it. Like, it was different novels, but we were there to read it. We were there to talk about it. Have like a nice little talking circle with the rest of the class talking about the book. And then from there, they could have be as creative as they want. Some people did like a presentation. Some people did a slideshow presentation. Some people did skits, whether it's live or whether it's recorded. Literally sky's the limit. So I could see where that could go off well, and it did work because it did bring out a lot of creativity in a lot of people. You could be like, yeah, they could meet up for a few days, record a skit or something like that. Other things like that. Yeah, like either live or recorded. So you would just have them give a rough rubric of what they're gonna do. So like the lines and everything. And then whether or not they fully do it, they put the presentation, they make the video and like that, boom. Or they're gonna do it live there in the classroom. And then give them like about 5-10 minutes max, I'd say. It has to be somewhat long because it's a really grand idea, but it doesn't have to be very long for it just drives on for like ever. But no, I could definitely see how that would work. I just, cross fingers that there's a lot of people that will be highly creative for it. But if not, I could still see where it works in a more general sense too. Sholo. I want to drive to Sholo. Sholo? Sholo. What is the one called? I'd say if I want to say if you want to do it with them, give them an option when it comes to this subject, right? Like if you're once you eventually get to this novel thing, right? Give them an idea, like bring out the idea, and say, would you guys want to do it this way? Would you want to do like a nice small project that you can be very creative on, or would you like to go the normal way? And then see through class voting how they want to do it. Though it doesn't have to be unanimous between the classes, so there's still synergy amongst them, I guess. You know what I mean? Because you do have to sync it up with the rest of the classes. Because I know you teach more than one class of this subject that you would want to do it in, so you would have to keep everyone in sync for that. But that would be interesting to hear about. Like, I want to see how well it would work. It does sound like a fun thing. It definitely does. You can see. Oh shit! I'm still behind a load. I can see block 2 want to be great. Wouldn't be bad. What would be different and crazy? Because you would now have to put 2 separate plans. But I'm assuming if you already, I would say if you have the other plan ready, like just the easy route ready. If you already have that ready, but then there's another class that wants to do creative, I don't know. That would require 2 quote unquote lesson plans, I guess. I don't know. I guess one would be easy because then you just have to aid. Then all you would have to do is aid, and the other one you would actually have to just teach. So, up to you. Like, I don't know. It's an interesting prospect, and I do want to see it happen. Is that really the only way out? Bullshit. Yes, shit. Really, whose idea was to do that? Okay. Yeah, you do have it ready. If you think you can pull it off with, holy shit, I almost got into an accident. What the hell? I was turning, boy. So, up to you. It sounds like a fun idea if you want to do half-half. If block 2 wants to be the creative and block 4 wants to do the easy. If you think you can balance the half-half, I'd say do it. Like, all I would say is create that rubric first and then see. No, both of me are just aiding technically. The easy way is my question booklet creative. Oh, okay. And then the creative, and then the other way is like, have fun. I have a rubric for you. That's it. Go with the flow. Up to you. Like, I don't want to be the full. I don't want to be the full leverage on the decision making here. Up to you. It does sound like fun, and I think you could definitely pull it off for one of them. Yeah, rubrics are always the hardest thing to create, as I've heard. So, and I think you've told me that too, that rubrics are the hardest thing to create. But if you can figure out a way to release their creative side and put points towards it, I feel like they're gonna have they would have a blast doing it. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, it's just also But I might take some time this weekend and see what I can come up. Yeah, definitely, and see if they. Oh shit, that's a sign. And buy sign. Beautiful. I lost the sign. I lost the sign. I opened up my eyes and lost the sign. Prius now, don't think about it. Yeah, see, hopefully they would like it. It sounds like a very good idea. And if you can manage it, which sounds like you can do it, do it. Try and see if you can think it out. I would like to hear about it. Yeah, I mean, that's slow down. I'm 2 for 2 for signs now. That sign just went. Woo. Goodbye, stop sign. I love you. Ugh. Bye, sign. I hope you had a great time. I know I should have stopped for the sign, but I literally stopped for the sign and hit the sign away. That was a horrible joke. So I think this will be my last load. I'm going to take one more slightly longer load to Shaolao, Arizona. I ain't Indian enough to know this. The stop sign. So yes, this will be my last load for the stream, most likely. The worst sign. Run over a stop. Whoa, what the hell happened here? Okay, this is going to be fun to pick up. If it's already damaged, I'm going to stop this and I'm going to pick up a new load. Oh, that's a pull. I'm 3 for 3 for hitting things today. It's Hitting Things Thursday, guys. Oh, fuck. Let me go forward. Let me go back. Back. Okay. So yes, this will, again, I'll say before, this will be my last load of the day, so let's see what else we can talk about for those who are just tuned in watching right now on the stream now that my load popped back up. If you guys like what you see, go give us a follow. Go give me a follow over here on Twitch. There'll also be there's also links down below for other places, social media that you want to follow me in. I'm usually active on them, usually in big quotes. In any case, yes, give some support. It'll be nice. I would be glad for the support. I think that's the greatest English. I'll eventually get that line down right. Alright, you got me one last topic now. I wanna know. Dragon, go tell me this topic. As I still got about like 7 hours left of daytime. Unless if I drive fast, then I can actually get us all in daytime. Meta. Active. Alright, we can do this. Active. I have social meta stuck in my head. God damn it, me. Okay. Topic: disrespectful students. Okay. Would you like to be specific on what side of disrespectful students you want to talk about? Whether how like the punishment, how to deal with them, about them. Because I would say I would have like ever so little fair share of that, but only in my early years when I was in kindergarten, when I was like, I throw tantrums like every day because I didn't want to be at school. Or that's what I've heard from my parents, because I was sent to the principal's office on the first day of school because I wanted my mommy. Not kidding. She told me that. And it's like, oh, so that's what happened. Oh. Well, okay. So, how would you handle students calling out your age, making you making you look like the young, stupid one in the room, saying that I would be an awful child to have? Is there any way you can actually regulate insults like that? I mean, like, as a teacher, there has to be some way to regulate that, right? There has to be some way to, to give them a punishment or something. Like, I'm thinking in normal high school, and I'll give them detention, quote unquote. But I know this is like after post high school. I don't want to say college because you're not necessarily teaching college. Adult school. There we go. Anyways. But there has to be some way you have to. What do you mean by regulate? Yeah, like the simple detention one. Because that shouldn't if it's in the school rules, if it's in the school rules not to insult. It is a college. Right, I forgot that actually is fully a college. That's because you know what I mean. I'm not gonna continue any further. You know what I mean. God damn it, I'm gonna get an earful on Saturday now. Yeah, there has to be within class, like within school rules, that students are supposed to be courteous and professional towards their teacher or something. Sure, I'm curious. Please don't be like saying nothing because you don't have the power to do it. They have to have some power to do it. Because you do have to, in the end, you'd still have to discipline them, right? Well, okay, this is not primary school, Daryl. This is a college. What is? I mean, there still has to be some kind of disciplining. Because personal insults has to be taken seriously. Like, has to be taken seriously. Especially if it's inside a school environment and you're getting verbal insults in the school environment, there has to be a way to regulate it. Because I always think like the worst. Okay, sorry. I'll let you type as I drive. This is a really big open road, and it has like power lines and like mountains and like road and median, and yeah, it's boring. This is Arizona. There's actually nothing. Weirdly enough, driving through Arizona in this game is roughly driving through Arizona in real life. There's absolutely nothing. It's really like this. It's just barren. Maybe like a few, trees and stuff like that, like brushes and whatnot. Not brush, but brush. You know what I mean. But this is actually a more or less a real depiction of Arizona right here. Like really. And plus, every time you enter a city, there's a cop there to catch you speeding. So I should not really be doing 76, even though the speed is 75. I'll slow down when I get to the main city. I have to pass through Phoenix, I think, anyways. So let's just stay on the road and keep my pedal to the metal. Jokes as a trucker. Look at me, I know how to drive a truck, I think. Look at my turn. Look at that turn. Oh shit. I can turn West Coast Tours. Actually, I think that's a legit company. Wait a minute. I thought this game wasn't meant to do legit company. This happened before I could even start my class. So I told my students to stop, to put an end to this behavior. You will see that today I have a full view planned for your writing exam the next day. Let me teach it and let me prepare you. Okay, give me one. I'm turning. Hello, Backbone Dragon. I hope no one complained about that because that's within realm of being a teacher. You have to put the foot down once it gets too far. I feel like you got that backbone if you definitely said that to them. And hopefully in a shouting, condescending manner. I actually do want to hear a dragon that does a strict condescending manner voice. Okay, not really, but I do want to hear it directed to other people. That's just me though. But I see no problem in that. That's actually a valid response. That's how I'd see a teacher be, if they want to really discipline students and have to actually understand and listen to the teacher as they're supposed to do in a classroom environment. I mean, obviously, there's has to be. Hopefully, there's not a lot of sass, because I could weirdly hear it in your normal voice, and I can hear sass. But hopefully, obviously done in a professional manner. But I think you got that down. I see no problems with it. I see no problems if you said that directly to them. I mean, if there's a way that you could say to them. Okay, hold on, give me a moment. I'm taking sharp curves right now. I want to be able to read this. Wednesday came, I went over my class expectations again. The rules, the expectations, the roles in class, and my role. Once that still be announced, but after setting up a one-on-one meeting after class. Wow. Like, really though. That's good. I know for the fact, I don't know about others, it could vary, that yeah, you didn't have a backbone then, but now you had a backbone. You were able to tell that to them, and they were able to shut up and listen. That's good. That's really good. You managed to grab the whole class's attention and settle them down. I see absolutely nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong. You had to put your foot down. You put your foot down. You did it in a professional manner. I'm assuming there's no little to no sass in it. But you able to say it. They were able to listen. One was being asked, but you managed to solve it one-on-one. Did you punish them? No. Good. That's good. That's really good to hear. Handle them in a calm, conversational way. Okay. Because again, how I read it, I could hear the sass. Like, no offense, I've after the 4 years of knowing you, I can hear sass from you actually really easy. Sorry, Dragon, but it's true. Anyways, well. I mean, you could have the, you know what I mean. But Wednesday was more calm. That's good. At least they get, at least they now finally understand you. That you might have. I would say, I can't say it here. I'm gonna tell you in the call Saturday if I remember. Okay? Because I'm not gonna say it here. I would have to say this to you directly. Because it does require some context. And maybe none of the people here would know the context for it, so just natural conversation. That's cool. And they listened. That's really cool. They listened, they complied, and they were okay with it. Like, sure, you said that one of them was being asked about it, but you managed to solve it, so I see no problem with it. Ah. So you managed to get their interest. You managed to get it down in the very end. That's good. That's really good to hear. Yeah, that's definitely good to hear. You're done in a professional way, as professional you need to be. You need to be very professional for what I'm talking about, Daryl. Yeah, I see no problems. You did it well. You done it right. You did it well. Like, really, that's really, really good. Like, I think if it was me, I probably would be a little bit more shouty, and then I probably would get complained very hell and gone. But there has to be some way to put the foot down, like literally put the foot down and say, all right, guys. Get your shit together, because I am not tolerating this any longer. If you're gonna act like this, blah 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 blah, right? Right. I mean, it's amazing that you were able to still keep your cool in the end. You didn't burst out on them just yet or anything like that. To be too present. Yeah, you didn't burst out on them. You didn't say any derogatory things about them, as they said to you. You kept it calm, you kept it professional, you kept it in a professional manner, and they listened. That's really good. For me, I might be able to do that slightly, but I think there would be a tipping point. But for you saying that you've dealt that for weeks and still managed to keep your cool till then, and then solve it still with your cool collective mind, that's amazing. That's honestly amazing. Deep breaths are amazing. Oh, that's really good. That's really good to hear. Yeah, for me, I don't know. I would last only so long before I would have to burst out, because I technically do have a short fuse. I don't get angry. I get annoyed easily, but I don't get angry or pissed. But hearing that and hearing how it went for those past few weeks, I think I would have reached that tipping point already. It's where I would just want to, shout at them, be derogatory and whatnot. But you did it in a professional manner, even though it was hell for the first few weeks. So, that's really good. That's definitely really good. If that hadn't worked. And at least you had that final straw moment of, let me just set down the rules for everyone here and what I want to do, right? Right, before you had to go full on confrontation with a higher up. Yeah, I see. You done it right. You done it well. I'm glad it worked before it got to that point. Thank God, because man, if you had to go straight up to the supervisor and tell them that I can't handle this class, there has to be something be done. You've done all of it. I would fear the worst if it ever. I would fear the worst if it ever comes to that point, because if I was a student, oh Jesus Christ, I would be terrified. I probably would have failed right then and there. So there's still that looming fact. That's pretty good. Yeah, definitely. I could see. That's good. That's really good. And plus, you're not okay. This is gonna be weird to say. This is gonna be weird to say in this context. But I think I know it's true because it's in a college standpoint. You're not there to make friends or make enemies. You're there just to do something and just teach. You're there to do one main thing: teach and deliver curriculum. I'm not here to make friends. I'm not here to make enemies. So if you just if you just buckle up, sit down and buckle up, blah 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 blah, right? Yeah, you're there to do a job. You're not there to make a connection with people, right? It's I would say it's not like high school where you're I don't know. My thought is like whenever you have to teach a primary school, you would have to make connections with the students because you're there for a whole year. You're only there for like what, 18 weeks or something like that. That's not enough time to make connections with anyone. Unless if you take multiple courses with them, then maybe. But other than that, you're just there to teach. They're just there to listen. They're just there to listen and pass the class. So if they can do that, if you can do that, and they can do that, everything will be fine. But if they can't, I can. You'll do what you need to do, right? Oh, okay. I would figure, because you would still have to grab the student's attention to learn something. Oh, wow. Important practice. Wow, okay. So even regardless of education, whether it's coming from like elementary, middle, high, even college, you'd say? Because if so, wow. Okay. Oh, okay. Interesting. Huh. Okay, I wouldn't know. I don't know much about the education system or learning the education curriculum here in the States, obviously, because I'm curious. It's the inside boundaries. Okay. I mean, yeah, there has to be some kind of limit for both parties before you have to escalate it. Oh, there goes incoming Skype. I think no, I have Skype off. Haha! Skype went off, but it didn't show on the thing. Haha, I'm smart. Yeah, that's pretty. Again, and at least you managed it, in a very professional manner. That's really good. No flirty or bad touch. Wow. You went there. Wow. Violet, you're a teacher. You're a professional teacher, not a professional stripper. That's where my mind went when you said that. Sorry. Oh my god, you are such a... See, you are a professional, but at other times you are a professional derp. You're a professional being, but you're a professional derp. Aw, that's really good. And at least you got it, I'd still say in retrospect, it's still kind of early on that you managed to get their attention, and now you can actually full on teach and full on help them out. Whoa, nah. Yeah. Glad you got their attention now. Now you're there to do what you need to do. And sure, maybe make friends in the end if it ever happens to that point. So, as I try to drive, thumbs up. 2 thumbs up if I can, but I have to use the left stick to maneuver myself around the whee. Shit. Oh, come on, I can make that turn. Oh yeah, bitches. I made that turn at a good speed. I didn't expect to make it, that's why I slowed, that's why I let go on the thing. Popo, I'm driving on a normal speed. Don't turn on your headlights like that, bitch. Okay, my turn for topics. Yeah, I'm not really great at topics. Usually I like other people talking and I'll jump into covers. Okay. I can make this a topic in itself, making a topic itself. I know for the fact I still have a hard time trying to start a conversation, even when it comes to just even talking to you guys in general. Unless if I know what I want to talk about, if I try to think of one on the fly, I have a hard time. My mind does run a bit into a blank. Like, I don't know, I could not think fast enough to think of a topic before I'd be like, so, yeah. And then ask the question, alright, what do you guys like to talk about, like that, and I kind of just push it aside so I can jump into the conversation. Because weirdly enough, I don't have a problem jumping into a conversation, it's just starting a conversation. I still have a hard time. And funnily enough, that is, I answered that on my interview questions for the quote-unquote HR interview. They asked me, what is my greatest weakness? I really told them honestly, saying, my greatest weakness is starting a conversation. Somehow, someway, I just could not, I cannot muster up the words that I want to say to them, when just talking in general. And I eventually want to start fixing that. And I'm realizing I do have a hard time thinking up of ideas. Unless if I really know what I want to talk about to this person, if it's just like an ad lib or thing, I just have a hard time trying to think of something. So, I know for some people that's not hard because they could think fast on the fly and then able to spit it out in the end. But for me, I talk fast, but I can't think that fast. Look for small details in someone's words, what they're wearing, the photo of their icon, and think small things can spark this. That's what I've always like. That's a good idea, but I don't know. I always have hesitations to ask these questions, even if they're gonna end up being an icebreaker question, because it's like, what happens if I insult them? And I always have these second thoughts of saying, what happens if I insult this person? What happens if I said something wrong? I don't want to be like, I always have a problem like trying to find those right words because I don't want to look like an asshole. I don't want to say something wrong. I'm a perfect and it doesn't help that I have a perfectionist mind that I just want to say everything right so nothing goes wrong, even though at times it might go wrong. Unless obviously if I'm with friends or anything, I can just talk about anything. It could be stupid with them. But if it's coming into a professional standpoint, or sometimes even here, I have to be at least kind of professional. Not really kind of professional, but I just have hard times trying to figure out because I might not be able to click with them either. If I can't get their attention, I might have just lost their attention completely and they might leave, Okay, maybe not might leave, but they'd be like dot. Ooh, I made that light. No one saw that. There are no wrong questions, there's no stupid questions. And I still fear asking the quote unquote wrong question, even if there is none. Because I don't want to make I don't want to make a conversation awkward either, even though I already probably made the conversation awkward in the first place. So it's like, I have my mind runs through all these thoughts. I'm not kidding. It really does. I have multiple thoughts running in my mind, and then now from there, I just could not think of a question at all to ask to anyone. I always have these second thoughts and everything, but it's again, I'm having doubt with this as well. Ignore the fear, think of your end goal, make a need, do it. I know, I really should. It's just I really still need to unmask the fear that I have when speaking because it's terrible. It's terrible to think it this way. And I really do need to fix it. Oh fuck! It was perfect. Let me back up. Let motivate. Let the need to. And then I know I do. I just definitely do need to train. I'm just think that they think. Just really think it out. And okay, hold on. Let me regain my words here. I just need to really think of what I want to say, but I have to do it fast. Otherwise, I'm gonna lose the person very quickly. Because I need to find the speed and the speed and creativity. I think more or less of just asking the specific questions like, "Oh, what's this?" Right? I like that. Or, "What do you think about this? What do you think about that?" I just need to get my motivation to do that correctly. Really. So it'll get less and less awkward for them. It'll get less and less awkward for me, and then I could probably eventually start a conversation. One day I'll fix it, right? I mean, I have to eventually get through it. I mean, here I feel like I'm still, still feels like, a little bit of a training session for me just to even speak out in general. I mean, I could do it with friends. I could weirdly do it with some strangers, but it's just a very small conversation. So I feel like this is a nice exercise for me just to speak out. I mean, Vlogs does the same thing too. I just really need to speak out myself. I just still have that hesitation, even though I've done the Vlogs. I try to speak out that way. I'm doing this. I'm trying to speak out this way. I'm probably just, I just now need I just need to keep myself motivated to do it. Keep doing it. Then eventually I could probably get better speaking here. So now let's figure out what I want to do here. Now that I just jumped into that. Long distance, let's bring it to 6 finally. And eventually I probably will balance this all. Now I could drive anywhere. Holy shit. Oh yeah, and definitely your goals help. The goals you give me, it does definitely help a lot. Yeah, dude. You are really my main motivator. And my friend Brianna Tishibana also helps motivate me a little bit, but definitely you are my main motivator to keep me active, to keep me to keep me social, just so I could, eventually get it down and working in the end. How far am I to the nearest truck stop? Oh, Jesus, I'm way too far from the nearest truck stop. Really? Feck. Well, it looks like I'm stuck in the middle of nowhere. Let's go over here. Looks like it's a fun place. Oh, definitely, you kicked my butt in being social, man. I mean, the only thing I have going is smarts, but that's about it. And I only go so far. Being social and have that soft speaking skills, oh, dude, that definitely will help a lot in many situations. And it'll bring you further in life, as how I see it. Online world, no, you won't lose the person. I know, I still have that fear. I do need to shake off that fear here soon. IRL possibly, but can talk about something till you reach that question. That's true. Do the small talk. Do the how's the weather question that I always usually bounce back, because thanks dad for making me bounce to that. Smart funnies, music and singing. And when you do talk, you is good. Like if I can nail it down to where I could just speak with a stranger at the same speeding violation. I was going 2 over. I'm not going 2 over. I'm going 7 over. Shit. If I can have a conversation even with a stranger, like I have a conversation with a friend, that would be great. That would be great in the end, because then I can actually hold a conversation easily. What? That's 2 for 2. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, fine. I'll drive safe. That's something I just need to work on. It's like if I can hold if I can have and hold a conversation with a stranger. That's really the big thing here. Just talking with strangers. And, even considering online world, sure, I might have known them or like that, but unless if I really, really know them, like you, Dragon, or with my group of friends, I would probably only last so long until then. That will be your end goal, Daryl. That will be your finals, and definitely. That's something I want to kick butt in the end. I want to. There's no deadline. It's a life goal. I will definitely consider this as a life goal, just to eventually, just to kick the doubtness of just having a simple conversation with anyone. That's something I still want to do. Have a normal conversation, whether you're my friend, whether you're a stranger, whether anything. I want to be that person, just have a nice chat with. I'll eventually get there. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. There's no surefire. There's technically no surefire way. Sure, I did vlogs and like that, but it's not a surefire way for me to be social or hold a conversation. But it's something I'll get down. I'll definitely get down. Got lots of time. This is fun because they're small. Yeah, small steps. Yeah, baby steps, really. Yeah, definitely baby steps. Well, kind of fine. It's just my lack of motivation to do it. But I think I'm slowly getting it. I feel like I'm slowly getting it into it now. Fuck, I missed my turn. Oh, well, I could just go drive straight. I missed my turn. Whoops. Kind of small. And yeah, that's a fine. No. It festers me a little bit, but it's fine. I just like to be annoyed with myself. You know me, Dragon. I like to I'm that kind of person that likes to be stupid about it. I'm not angry or anything like that. Just maybe a little bit annoyed, but it's a fun annoyed, not like oh fuck this shit, like that. I need to respond to one more person. I do need to respond to one more person. I just need to find the time to respond to one other person. So, and then I'll have a video up tomorrow, which just do one before Saturday, definitely. In any case, I am going to be ending it here as I'm getting into this motel. Ooh, let me park. Ooh, what is over here? I want to park here. Oh, definitely. I think I'll be able to do it. I'm assuming there's something here. Is this a field? Is this a lake? Okay, let me. How am I gonna park this? Ah, fuck it. Let's park next door. Hold on. I have to go all the way over to the other side. Shh. I know. Oh no. I make sure I ain't in the convo. But what happens if you are in the convo? And I just want to speak, and then I eventually start talking to them and the thing. Okay, there we go. Oh fuck. Okay. I want to see what this is. Let's back this up. Let's park for the night. See what this is, and then I'll end the stream there. I should have left my playlist working. It's okay. What the fuck? Oh, no. Okay, there we go. Rest. Come on, daytime. Ah, look at that. Look at that. Oh, I know. But there be at times you say something stupid, and I kind of just want to jump in at times. So maybe that's just me. Look at that. Look at that pretty thing. Let me drive over there. Actually, you know what? Hold on, wait. Let me get over there. That's true. I'll find another thing to talk. I'll find something cool to talk about. Let me just drive down here. Then I'll stop right here. So yeah, guys, it was a fun stream. Went for like an hour 50 minutes this time around. Let's go back this way. Do I have a free camera? Nope. Yeah, I'll just stick up this one. So yeah, I think I'll end the stream for this week. We had quite a lot of things to talk about. Thank you, Dragon, for contributing quite a bit for this conversation for this week. For those who are tuned in at the end, as I am ending the stream. However, I do have many other videos out there. Follow me on YouTube. There's more videos that I have the first Truck and Talk on there, and I have other things to do. Twitter, if I ever respond to people and say stupid shit, you can follow me there. Also follow me here on Twitch. For any updates and any future streams I'll do. Any case, we'll stop here. Look at this pretty stuff. And I'll see you next week or next stream, because if I do Overwatch on a weekend with Dragon, it might happen. So yeah. Dragon, I might have given you ideas for what we're doing this weekend again. Minecraft and Overwatch. Any case, I'll see you next time, and I'll see you next Thursday for another Truck and Talk Thursdays. This is Spam Waits. See ya. Oh shit, I didn't alt tab fast enough. Whoops, sorry. You get the starting screen soon. I need to get a new screen for this. I'll make a stream has ended. Anyways, bye.